Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today. Today I'm showing you how to make this whipped butter in bulk form. So it's Cupuacu butter. It's unrefined and pure and natural. Today I'll be showing you how to make it in bulk form. So whipping up smaller butters, it's pretty easy, but when you sell on Etsy or some other handmade website platforms, you would need to know how you can make bigger batches of butters at the same time. So today I'm showing you how to make whipped Cupuacu butter. So the butter that will be the star ingredient today is unrefined Cupuacu butter. So it comes from the Brazilian tree in the northern Amazon area. So Cupuaçu butter is such a densely rich packed butter. And today we're mixing it up with coconut oil and a blend of carrier oils in this recipe. So it's important to know that you should reserve some of the blended oils so that once you start whipping, you can just top it up as you go. And I'll be talking more about the ingredients as the video goes along. So if you've missed anything, I will be covering it. And if I've completely missed something, you can always just add it as a question in the comments section. So I've gone ahead to follow the steps that I usually do on this channel, which is melting down the butters and refrigerating them for a while, just so everything is mixed together and on the same level, as opposed to some being hard and some being melted. That's a recipe for grainy butters. So I'm going ahead to add this into a stand mixer, just because when you're making butters in bulk, whipping it with your hand is definitely going to be more difficult and challenging. Definitely go for it if you can, but if you're making bigger batches, it's just more convenient to use a stand mixer. So like I was saying, Cupuaçu butter comes from the Brazilian tree in the northern Amazon, and it's such a richly packed butter. So as you're looking at it, you would just think about lanolin. So lanolin is a product from sheep, I think. Yes, so but if you're vegan, most people that are vegan obviously don't use animal byproducts like lanolin or tallow, which comes from beef. So vegan recipes called of definitely call for vegan products like Cupuaçu butter and some other seed butters out there. So Cupuaçu butter can be a good substitute for lanolin. So if you have any recipe that calls for lanolin, definitely feel free to experiment with Cupuaçu butter and see how it works. So lanolin is extensively used in pregnant women products. So for example, for nipple creams, because to avoid chaffing and drying and all sorts of irritation. So lanolin is a very important ingredient, but if you can't use it, then definitely use your vegan option, which is a Cupuaçu butter. So the Cupuaçu butter possesses really high levels of essential fatty acids, and this helps the skin's elasticity and overall appearance of the skin. It's such a rich and creamy butter that works very well in hair products as well as skincare products. You can use it for making creams, lotions, lip balms, soaps, different kinds of hair products, and a variety of personal care products. So it does have a very unique aroma. So if you've used cocoa butter before, then you would recognize the hint of cocoa butter in the Cupuaçu seed butter, just because they come like in the same form. So Cupuaçu sort of looks like it comes from a pod, kind of like cocoa pods. So they're sort of in the same family. And Cupuaçu butter has similar characteristics that you'll find in cocoa butter. It's an anti-inflammatory butter. It helps with premature aging and improves elasticity of the skin. So for people that are pregnant and need to avoid stretch marks, you can apply this butter on your tummy just to ensure that you, while stretching, you avoid too much dryness and discomfort on the skin. So it also works very well as a hair and scalp conditioner. Many people have found that it helps a lot with hair growth just because it helps you retain length in the long run. And people with coarse hair always find that Cupuacu helps with softening the hair and making it more manageable. So that's it about the Cupuacu butter. But yeah, I will keep talking about it in the video just because that's the main ingredient here. However, there is also coconut oil that you saw me adding into the recipe, as well as then we have the blend of carrier oils. In that blend, we have jojoba oil, we have olive oil, and apricot kernel oil. So the recipe is is a recipe for handmade butter that we sell on the website. So we went ahead and added all the ingredients that we usually do when we are making the version that we sell on the website. So as you can see, I've been allowing it to just get to the texture that I'm looking for. So that's one of the benefits of using a stand mixer. You can just watch it just transform. You're not using your muscle. You're just watching the butter transform. So what I usually use this paddle as opposed to the one that fluffs up the butters a lot more, just because I want the butters to still remain a bit dense. I don't want it to be too fluffy, because now the weather is warm, and then if it's too fluffy, it's more likely to melt in transit, and also it would not really retain that fluffiness. It would sort of melt quicker. So that's why I'm using this paddle, because I want it to remain a bit dense. So in general, the butter is a dense butter. So when you're looking to make butters for twist out and braid outs, then you will want it to be a bit dense, not too light. So that's what I'm going for here. That's why so I reserved some of the oils, and I've been topping up as you've been observing, hopefully. So it's a good idea to just reserve some oils to make sure that you're getting the exact texture that you want. So if you feel that you want it to be thicker, then you wouldn't just add as much oils. And if you wanted it to be light, then you add more oils. So it's just this recipe is distinct, and it's a defined recipe. However, when the weather is different, you might just need to tweak things up a bit just to make sure that you get the exact result that you would like in the end. So definitely feel free to use a stand mixer. It just gives you more flexibility, and you don't have to work too hard, especially if you're making butters in bulk. So after the stand mixer does its thing, I like to just leave it to settle down, just because when these oils have been whipped at consistently for a while, they are also warmer and they're lighter and fluffier. If it's good to allow it to settle. After it settles, then you can see the exact texture that you will be getting. So that way you would just find the texture that you'll be getting is a lot more clear. So, like I said, I usually don't pipe butters because I lean towards more thicker butters, and piping them just doesn't make much sense. I just like to scoop them in. However, they are the exact size that I sell. So, for example, the 8 ounce will be 8 ounce in a jar. It just might not just completely settle in, but it will be 8 ounce, which is fine. Fine for me. It's a handmade product, so it's not machine packaged. People expect that kind of variation from time to time. So this is the end product, and I'm just scooping it in, and that way you can see the texture. It's so dense. It's great for twist outs, braid outs, and just for softening the hair and locking in that moisture after you apply your leave-in conditioner and oil. It just works great. I hope you find this video helpful in your handmade business. God bless. Thanks.